Derde comedie, dames en heren, was een tijdje terug hier voor de eerste keer een verraste vriend en vijand. Vooral vijand, want dat heeft hij gek van zijn vrienden gezegd. Dat hij hier ging optreden. Vandaag heeft hij vrienden bij, dus het kan twee kanten op. Of hij gaat de rest van alle kerstfeestjes geconfronteerd worden met de video van deze avond. Of hij gaat de rest van zijn leven zijn vrienden confronteren met de video van deze avond. Laten we hopen op laatste, dames en heren, maak een hartelijk applaus voor Baldarch. Thank you. Thank you, Iowa. It's a good fucking start, huh? Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for having me again. I was here last month as well, and apparently I just found out if you play the Joker 3 times in a row, you have to fuck a clown. Is that still true? Do you have that tradition? Yeah, you have to sexually molest a jester, hump a harlequin. It's a fine tradition as far as initiation rites go. And I've been thinking about this, and I think I'm going to nominate Donald Trump for that. I think I'm going to rape the Trump. And I'm going to nominate Trump because somebody has to nominate Trump. Yeah, I enjoy that one too. I've been waiting a long time to say, but what a fucking loser, huh? I mean, this is a man. Did you all follow the elections? He came in second. He came in fucking second. I mean, this is a man who announced his candidacy right after he came down a solid gold escalator. Okay? Now, I look forward to a long and prosperous life, but I'm pretty sure I will never own a fucking escalator. But yeah. So, I mean, I hate the guy, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm quite disappointed because he's so grand. He promised a revolution of ignorance. He was going to change everything. And are we to find out he's just going to be relegated to the electoral equivalent of a premature election? Ejaculation? Fuck. No matter. I mean, that's basically what he deserves to be, a cum stain in history. I think it's a missed opportunity because it would have been so great to have President Trump there. And he would have had his own reality show. I mean, Temptation White House. It's the first time we'll have hookers in the White House since, actually Bill Clinton, very recently. So yeah, fuck Sarah Bill. He'd have a stripper for a running mate. It'd be amazing, We're gonna make America great again. Ain't that right, Vice President Shaniqua? Fucking awesome. Yeah. And he lost to a Latino. Is that amazing? I mean, the beautiful irony in that. They're coming over here and they're rapists and they will take our jobs. Yeah, he will take your job. He'll take your fucking job, Don. You gotta feel sorry for him. But hey, he's up against, Hispanic, a woman, and an angry Jew. Trying to take over the job from a black dude named Hussein. Those are some tough odds for a white, wealthy man. How's that song go? No one gets stuck. With all that luck, no one but Donald Trump. That's the one. Anyway, fuck that. Yeah, speaking of clowns, this was interesting. I heard in the news that the Prime Minister, Charles Michael, that he's it's a language barrier, people. Yeah. He announced, apparently, he said, it's beautiful. I heard this a few days on the news ago. A few days ago on the news, it was beautiful. He said, we have no indications about the terrorism bullshit. He said, we have no indication that Salah Abdeslam is still in this country. He then added that we have absolutely no indication that he's left the country. Now, I'm sorry, maybe this is me, but wasn't the news about about things that we have indications about? Aren't we supposed to get people with information about stuff? I mean, because I have absolutely no indication that if you drown a kitten, it may turn into a lesbian. Where is my news crew? I want to be on CNN tonight. Fucking bullshit. So yeah, it's my second time here today. The first time was great. I made a lot of friends, but I'm afraid I made some enemies as well. And it's a bit awkward for me to be here because afterwards, actually, the beautiful Russian man, afterwards, I remember he came up to me afterwards and he said, "You're quite funny for American." Which is a great compliment and a beautiful example of neo-Cold War diplomacy. But the truth is, I wasn't. I'm not American. But he came, and it was sweet because he felt hurt and felt emotionally molested. And he then proceeded to shout the word "cunt" into my ear for about 5 minutes. So that's what this was. You cunt, schizo cunt, cunt. Which I now understand is Russian for, I see what you did there, well played. Yeah, it's true. So, I believe in honesty. I mean, comedy is fiction, folks. It's an act. But if we're going to do this, I want to build a relationship with you based on honesty. And truthfully, I'm not American. I'm actually Chinese. That's right. A fellow Asian, the happy ending variety. Some people look at this rate. I get that a lot. It's because I'm not a full Asian. My mother is Chinese. My dad is Ugandan. And and they fucked, and this is what you get, apparently. They didn't know either. It's an amazing surprise. My dad holding me for a film. What the fuck is this? Seriously. And you don't know. How many Ugando-Chinese people have you met? Huh? Like 5 of us, and I'm not telling you where I keep the others. Yeah. But wouldn't it be great though if the church reissued a new version of Genesis where actually Adam is an East African exchange student and Eve a shy, docile Chinese librarian intern, and they get together and that's where white people come from. Because I think it's quite the origin myth that we deserve, actually. I'm just a regular stupid, ignorant white dude, but I'm very fascinated by race these days, especially fascinated by my own kind, white people, because we're such a beautiful paradox, I find. One of the reasons, because if you know your history only badly, we're fucking lethal, we're dangerous, but we're dangerous in a very lame kind of TV blanket kind of way, aren't we? I mean, we'll lynch half the plantation, but we'll bring pie. Have an amazing apple raspberry tart recipe to go with that for the other half to enjoy. And the other reason why I find this so interesting is because we're a species very much in crisis. If you've noticed that, I mean, that's the only emotion that we have left to face, or at least fear. I mean, stop making newspapers. I think this is the definitive headline that you can use for any news item is, "Shit happened, white people still afraid." That's very much true, isn't it? Because what the hell are we afraid of? We're afraid of fucking refugees. Are you kidding me? Refugees? I mean, the United States as a country was built by refugees, and they're doing... No, bad example. Hold on. Bear with me. Or terror. Or do you remember how George Bush used to call it? He used to call it terror. Remember those days when we were fighting terror? That was the main American strategy to fight terrorism, to reduce it by one syllable. Makes them easier to hit. Terror. Missed the cunt. Almost would miss the cunt. But no, I'm not. But even I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of the fucking Disney Channel. That's what I'm afraid of. The true evil that was destroyed from within. But no, it's true. I find what's really interesting about white culture these days is we're so afraid because obviously we were raised in this fucked up bubble of false security, and once you burst that last layer, there's nothing really to protect you from reality. Give an example of that. I teach at a school outside of Antwerp in Stabroek, or Stand Pants, as it's known. Significant English-speaking community there. It's true. Join us on Facebook. And I was teaching there, and we had a fire drill in November. And when I say we had a fire drill, we have an alarm. Right? You get these pussy, faggy fire alarms that sound like a pickup truck that's backing up, like doo doo. No, it wasn't like that. Or a doo 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 doo. Fire. This is a fucking fire alarm, all right? Because It's down the road from the port of Antwerp. This thing went off, the fucking fish stopped swimming. All right? They shut down Duel 1 and 2, and 30 seconds later, half of Flanders is sitting with their cock in their hand watching a black screen. That kind of alarm. It sounds like Italian people on fire. That's the kind of... I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. And this thing went off, and I had a class of 20 people, and... you know, they work with representatives now, students, with delegates. And so, well, none of them moved. And one of them just looked at me. This thing went, wah! Went off. And one of them just looked at me and said, what do we do now?